the thunder's core. With wings of steel, she's our guiding star, bringing liberty from near and far. Liberty's call, soaring high in the clouds, she will fly. God us all, strong and true, Eagle One, we love you. Eagle One, our hero bright, through the dark, she brings the light. Eliminate cries of might, it's a cavalry in the night. Destruction follows where she flies, our hope is soaring in the skies.
Evening's freedoms, Troost breakers. That was Eagle One, Hero in the Sky by Rising Rhythm, because who doesn't love our glorious goddess of the skies? Whether she's on the GWW, keeping bridge trolls in line, or flying air support in our missions, she is always doing her part to keep us safe. First on the list for tonight, a grand triumph. Vandalon has finally been liberated, and the curse of it being the most chronically screwed over planet in the galaxy has been lifted. Praise be to sweet Mother Liberty, Helldivers. Now all that's left is the Automaton Cyber Attack Hub on Troost. The attack goes well with 26,000 super destroyers in orbit and diminished decay values, this translating to nearly 3% liberation an hour. At this current pace, we'll have this business of the Trigon sector wrapped up in just over a day. After that, I imagine the bot-busting fleet will be off to the more spirit sector to handle that incursion. Many, including myself, have expressed great concern over the path the bots are taking. They're practically making a beeline for Super Earth, and that kind of thing cannot continue. As for news within the terminated quarantine zone, the bugs tried, and failed, once again, for Fenrir 3. That planet is swiftly becoming a graveyard to both terminated corpses and ambitions. However, while the gloom has not spread to another planet today, there is cause for concern over Hellmire. If that awful planet plays host to the spore cloud, it is going to be a nightmare and a half getting them back out of there again, and we're out of dark fluid to implode planets. But there is also some concern over the rather isolated Istanu. Should the capital of the bug drivers be lost and gloomed, it would be a major blow for morale. This must not come to pass, Helldivers. With the news out of the way, I'd like to move the show to an opinion-based segment and put aside the persona of the angel for a moment to talk candidly about gameplay mechanics and design decisions. First on the chopping block, the incendiary breaker shotgun. With all of the videos out on YouTube about this thing, I am a little shocked that nobody has mentioned this. For most of the Eyebreaker's history, the damage over time system that the gun relied upon was not functional. It was regarded as a novelty, a cheap gimmick that might be good someday. Arrowhead buffed and buffed and buffed fire damage to an incredible degree, seeking a solution for a problem that they hadn't figured out the cause of yet. It was actually becoming a bit of a meme. Anyone remember how Hulks killed you instantly with their flamethrower? I think that was a result of the global buffing of fire damage. So, when that system was finally fixed, the slingshot was let go and the Eyebreaker utterly dominated the bug front. With enough effort, it could kill almost anything, except Bile Titans. Even Chargers could be felled by diving behind them and administering what my brother calls the Chipotle enema. What we're seeing now is an adjustment of that overcorrection. Honestly, it still dominates pretty good. If you space out your shooting to once or twice per second while engaging in suppressive fire and spurting the dot around, the burning will do most of the heavy lifting for you. Only 1 or 2 pellets need to strike the much-dreaded hunters to put them down. So, while I'm not dismissing anyone's feelings of how frustrating nerfs can be, I don't think this has ruined the game, or the weapon for that matter. And to those who say there aren't any other viable options, I've watched Sabin play a lot before deciding to jump in myself. He didn't even take the Eyebreaker on bug hunts a lot of the time. He mostly favored the sickle while swapping to a good secondary while it cooled off, moving through the Redeemer, the senator, the verdict, and finally deciding on the bushwhacker for now. Weapon swapping like that gives you incredible sustain against bugs when using the sickle. I personally enjoy putting pinpoint precision bullets into bug gums with a tenderizer, ammo backpack, and grenade launcher with eats for backup. Feeling that? Torture with stalwart and e-backup. So, just off the top of my head, there are plentiful options. I really do believe that the game is incredibly well balanced. Believe it or not, I actually like the Breaker Spray and Pray. Its wide barrel does a truly excellent job of mopping up hunters with the bushwhacker, senator, or stratagem call-ins for tougher targets. I have a suspicion that most diver deaths are caused by hunters, swiftly followed by chargers while on bug drops, but I don't have the numbers in front of me to back that up. Speaking of numbers, do not forget that there are nearly 50 different stats that we are not and will never be shown. The subtleties of weapons will only be gleaned from personal play. Figuring things out for yourself is the greatest freedom that we've got. As for flamethrowers, I am pretty sure that they were not supposed to pierce through armor, bodies, and everything else like that, and they were definitely not supposed to kill chargers as fast as they did, though the rump roast method does put them pretty close. It was a bug, an oversight, the system not working as intended, and I'm certain that it was very high on the to-do list to fix this before the Freedom's Flame Warbond dropped. This would bother Arrowhead forever. Personally, I have found that flamethrowers still function very well and are much more controllable with significantly less friendly fire, but that is just me. I have taken to igniting the ground with the spray and moving away only to ignite it again. Swarms don't like that very much. If something big and nasty is in your face, you can focus and burn them down. Even hive guards, if you make them close up and then set the ground under them on fire, they can be disposed of incredibly easily using a torture or the classic Flam 40. If flamethrowers were actually realistic, they would function like squirt guns whose liquid would just so happen to be on fire. What we see is actually the Hollywood representation that uses a gas formula, which is why it looks like a cloud. The fire burns at 1200 degrees Celsius and shoots out at, I am told, around 1800 psi. So, I would like to see it stagger a little with a direct impact on smaller enemies. With a mixture like this, being squirted directly into a bug's face is going to knock him around a little, right? So the bottom line is that I don't see these as nerfs. I see them as past mistakes in development being corrected, and now we need to change our approach, alter our technique, and adapt with them. Would I like buffs to our equipment? Absolutely, I would not say no to that. Casualties are insane down there right now, and I agree with others say that it feels like the only freedom that escalated last Tuesday was that of our enemy. I'm not trying to invalidate anyone's feelings over this. Just say that I can understand why Arrowhead did what they did. This is still a great game that I love. This is still a great community that I love. I just wanted to express my opinions thus far. Oh, and if you wanted to say the new flamethrower effects are a graphical downgrade, I'm right there with you, 100%. The new effect just looks like butts. That's been Liberty's latest with me, Pondera, the Radio Angel. Tomorrow is certain to bring more bug attacks, and once I finish with my other duties, I can hardly wait to bust out the flamethrowers, which I still adore, by the way, and have my Helldivers cook up some fresh roasted bones, just like Mom used to make. Did you know that brute committed legs taste just like a gigantic king crab when you boil them? I got a huge pot and eagle hanger made from the blown-out remains of a Hulk's torso to cook them in, so bring me back some and we'll have seafood this weekend. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth.